Hello, where have you been? I haven't seen you for ages. Okay, yeah, I've been a bit busy with stuff too, but I'm back, and here's all your latest Rust development news, including a first look at changes to the harbours and oil rigs, plus some motorbike madness. But first, how are you getting on with that new nightlight? I know there've been one or two bugs with it, but does it help? Is it a good compromise? Let me know below. So, over on the Orcs 02 staging branch right now, which is currently public, there are a few things to check out, and it does look like April's update will have an emphasis on events and monuments. And so, first, to the harbours we go, where preparations are underway for a major change to the cargo ship event. This is all still work in progress, and subject to change, I must say, with some grey box, or rather red box bits, but as you can see, both harbours are now bifurcated. Good word that, look it up, and there's now a big area on both for the cargo ship to slot itself into, along with some cranes which will actually be functional. And both are going to have a type of swing bridge thing that will presumably move to accommodate the ship, and you're going to have to get used to a mostly new layout on both harbours, along with a bunch of new buildings to clamber around on, and it seems there are going to be a lot of new places to hide and be sneaky with, and there are a number of new props here, including these buses, I think. But FYI, here are the locations of recyclers on both, which seem to be in the same general vicinity as before. Although the cargo ship event isn't set up yet, I can tell you some things. The ship will navigate around the island as it does now, but it'll also dock at the harbour where cranes will load containers onto it, and apparently it will be possible for players to smuggle themselves on board inside said containers. And I am informed there will be other ways of gaining access to the ship, but we'll have to wait and see what those are. The objective is to make the event more counterable and interesting. Let me know what you think to these changes below. Over to the oil rigs now, and if I turn off the water, you can see there's a significant change coming to both, with tradesmen's entrances, as it were. You'll now be able to sneakily dock at a moon pool below and clamber up a long saturation tube to emerge in the bowels of the rig, and this should add a bit of variety and possibly surprise to both. This still works in progress, as you can see, and I believe you will need a green card to get access from the moon pool side when implemented, but I'm told that both the rigs and harbour changes should, all being well, be included in next month's patch. There are some significant changes coming to electrical circuits. For instance, the following components will no longer consume any power: ANDs, ORs, XORs, memory cells, timers, blockers, RANs, counters, switches, smart switches, splitters, root combiners, and electrical branches. That's quite huge. Not only, but also when placing components, you'll be able to hold left shift to snap them relative to other ones. Now we just need the same for when running wires, so we can snap them to horizontal, vertical, and angles in between, and we'll be all set. There are also a few fixes coming to prevent components draining power unnecessarily. And just in case you needed reassuring that Rust is a game that's not afraid to look you straight in the eye and say, "Look mate, I'm deadly serious about all this survival stuff, okay?" This classy outfit is coming quite soon, probably seasonal, so get yourself mentally prepared for that. FYI, it's leg protection based on wooden armour pants with the same stats. In other stuff coming down the rusty pipe, the compound rework is still chugging along but has been pushed back a little by the team due to the harbours and oil rigs. There are changes coming to Bradley at launch. Basically, when it gets down to a certain percentage of health, a group of NPC scientists are going to dismount and go pew pew. Heavy scientists will start using miniguns and military flamethrowers at some point soon, and I'm guessing possibly these will be available to players somehow, maybe. To be confirmed. There are some special skins in the works, namely an SKS skin for the SAR and a Blunderbuster skin for the DB, and I also hear some rumblings about tool cupboard skins too. More info on those when I get it. And lastly, nothing to show just yet, but motorbikes are officially being worked on, with two versions, one with and one without a sidecar that will be available. Details are scant at the moment, and it remains to be seen how stability is going to be handled on the non-sidecar versions especially, and what kinds of stunts we'll be able to pull off, of course. But as and when it becomes apparent, I shall reveal all, you can be sure. I think that is about all this week, but please leave a like, a sub, and a comment below, and stay tuned. You can find me on Twitch and lots of other places, including my Steam group, and also support my work here via Patreon, YouTube memberships, and super thanks. I shall catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. I'm deadly serious about all this survival stuff, okay?